What's good people? Back again with another video, and we're gonna be talking about forgiveness. Just popped into my head, so I'm gonna talk about it. And it's probably gonna be part of the Light Heart series. When I spoke upon the trauma, which is one of my videos, how to attain a light heart, or whatever. But forgiveness is probably the grounding factor, and why most of us are still tied down. When I say tied down, I say to a physical existence, or you still see things physically. And forgiveness is very, very difficult thing to do. It's very easy to forgive a simple mistake, but it's very difficult to forgive intentional mishaps. And in order to attain a light heart, especially through forgiveness, takes work. And when you have been done wrong, and I can't even say I can even hit full forgiveness. I'm young, and it's not even so much that I'm young. This is a lifetime thing. This is not something you get after this video or something you can practice over a week. This is something that will happen over and over to you every single day. To constantly forgive is very difficult, because it's one thing to be when someone says sorry to you. You can make amends on the surface. The other person gonna think y'all okay, but then deep down you still hurt by that situation, or you're not gonna be able to rock with that person the same way. But it's not because you don't want to be around that person or you don't want to entertain the energy anymore. It's because you haven't forgiven yet. You could still have full forgiveness for somebody and not be with them. But you need to get rid of that feeling, that gut feeling like someone did you wrong. No one did you wrong except yourself. And that's hard for me to even say when imagine if someone fucking smashes your car windows. Most people be mad about that thing, because especially if you saw who did it and you know who did it. But it's just like, wait, why did they do that? Why am I reacting to why they did something? And why does that make me feel that way? See, forgiveness is a long line of questions you got to be asking yourself. The other person won't give you any type of answer that will make them forgive them. They might on the surface, like I say, but you won't forgive. And this is a very difficult thing to do, like I say. Maybe for some it's easier, but to actually live with a light heart and to keep moving and to interact with, let's say, said people or said situations over and over again, and to not have grudges, it takes a lifetime. In fact, so many people hold these unconscious grudges and still hold resentment for so much shit that they're not even conscious of it. It's unconscious. It might be some shit that happened to you when you was like 4 years old that you don't even know how to forgive because you don't even understand if you're conscious yet. And everybody has a different life path. Everybody goes through more shit, but I believe everybody goes through their fair share of shit on all different planes of life, physical, mental, spiritual, whatever you want to say. Everybody gets dealt some type of shit. Everybody. Don't be blinded by what someone has physically or how they appear mentally and say that they don't go through shit. Everybody goes through shit, top to bottom, down the tier list. But how we deal with that shit forms our hearts and forms whatever the fuck happens in the afterlife. When I be speaking on trauma, because I don't know what really happens in the afterlife. I just know how I want to leave this place. You understand what I'm saying? But to truly release is difficult, because what happens when that thing happens to you again? What happens when someone says they're not going to do something again and it happens again? You understand? Or a situation that is out of your control happens to you. How do you forgive that? like someone in your family getting sick. I've seen men curse the heavens above them because only godly forces have caused mayhem, and they don't understand why this mayhem happens to them. And then they want to take that against the world. Man, this shit is deep, because at the end of the day, if you don't let that shit out, that is going to weigh you down. And what weighs you down on that plane can weigh you down on a physical plane. There's people that go through shit that they develop ulcers in their stomach, start getting clots in their body, becoming unhealthy. Your mind shapes your body. Always remember that your mind gonna shape your body, and your body can have an influence on how your mind is shaped. It's an interchanging relationship. But when you weigh down all the goddamn time, or you always holding back, or you always holding something against somebody else, you're not living light. And when you're not light, you're not mobile. That means you can't maneuver around in the other plane. You have a heavier heart than other people. A lot of y'all can't sit in the room with your enemy. And this goes for even group mindset, especially what goes on in this country, the United States. I'm not going to go and politicize anything, but we don't even know how to have empathy or to even understand why other people fucked up. We haven't even talked about forgiving the other side, because we are all on the same side if you really think about it. But when we have this polarism, we don't know how to forgive the other side. We don't understand how one side does one thing and thinks one way. We don't need to, I won't even say understand. We just need to understand that they feel shit. That's what forgiveness is understanding that other people feel shit, or they don't feel shit. Understanding that we're all human beings. There was a story that my dad played on public radio when I was when I was going to school with him one day. Never forget it. I don't really remember the name or the context. All I remember is this mother was sitting and having a conversation with the man who murdered her son. And after hearing what happened in the conversation and what the details of the events and everything gone down, and after the man went to prison and they finally reconnected and had that conversation, the way you could, even though it was a radio show, you could tell forgiveness was there. And I believe it was on NPR, matter of fact, National Public Radio. And when I heard this, it was a feeling like no other. Like I'm a 9-year-old and I'm like, holy shit. I don't even have kids yet. I don't know what it'd be like to lose a kid, especially to somebody else who intentionally does it. But the fact that the mom can sit there, forgive that person, and not only that, have a relationship with that person is another tier of forgiveness. That's a lifetime. That takes years of sitting with yourself and sitting with the other and understanding that, you know what? I can't live like this. I can't have this on my chest. I need to find out how to get this off. And it's attainable. It's very attainable. It just, we need to get past on what events happen physically. I need to get past what events happen physically, what I see with these eyes, because I tell you, these eyes will always trick you. Because you have another eye that sees other shit, but you only so used to only using your two biological eyes that anything that happens and anything that happens when light is illuminated on it, you can only relate because you only saw it physically. That's why people be like, oh, you be taking everything too deep. Oh, you think, yeah, maybe I do. Maybe sometimes I don't need to think about everything like this, but The reason I can do this is because I don't want to use my two eyes and let that be the first judgment. Anyways, I get back with y'all.